Hello there and welcome to the Mobile Academy. And if you want to become a job ready Flutter developer, make sure to check out the courses on my website mobileacademy.io. Here you will find all of the courses related to the Flutter development. You will find the professional course as well as the basic course related to the Flutter. You can also find some of the free courses over here if you want to just go and try it out, or if you are just a beginner on the Flutter and then the React Native, you can also find the free course over here. And if you would like to be a full stack developer, we also have the course related to the full stack developer, related to the Node.js, Express, MongoDB, as well as the Flutter over here. And if you would like to join the Flutter bootcamp, there is also a bootcamp course over here. So make sure to go and check out the course over here. There are free and then they paid course. And if you want to be a job ready Flutter developer, this is the course that you want to take. So see you guys on the next lesson. Till then, have a great day. Now let us try to create our repository over here, and let us try to configure our project with a GitHub repo over here. So for that, we'll just go and create the new repository from here. And now let's just go and give a name. We'll just go and give a name as the, let's say, our tags, and this will be of the, let's say, API dash the tags over here. You can just give it any name, and I'll just keep it as a basic, or let's just call the basic API tags over here. And once we have that, you can just give us some description, or for me, I'll just leave it as a empty, and I'll just give it as a public for now. And after that, I'll just go and create this particular repository over here. And once we have this particular repository, we'll go back to our project over here, and let's just go and initialize this particular repository. And we should go to the root of the project, and we'll just say git init over here. And let's just initialize that particular directory over here. And let's just go and add a new file over here that will be of the git ignore file, right? So the git ignore git ignore, and here we want to ignore some of the file. The first one we want to ignore is we don't want to push the node module file, and let's go the node module file or the folder, right? And then we don't want, next is the env file. So this contains some of the configuration for us, and we don't want to upload that to the GitHub as well, because that contains the database, the connection string, as well as the username and then the password over here. And the next we don't want to push is the .dvr Vercel. Later we are going to install the Vercel, so we don't want to push that one as well over here. And other than that, I think currently it should be good. So it should be of the node modules, so this should be of the modules over here. And now you can see that it is grayed out, which means that it will not be included in our repo. So that should be good enough. So once we have that, it's good to go. And now let us go, and we already have this particular readme file, so that is the one that we currently have. And you can just go and give some information over here. So this is the basic API, right? So basic API tags. And once we have that, we are good to go. So later we'll go and update that one as well. And for now, we will just go and we have already git init. We don't need to add this one, and we'll just go and add first of all. So I'll just have to say git add, and I want to add the all of our configuration, or all of our files to the git over here. And once we have added that one to our git, what we'll do is we'll just go and commit the changes that we have over here. So once we have the added it, so we'll just go and commit the changes. So that will be of the commit the changes, and that should be our first commit that we have defined. And now we'll just switch branch to the main. So we'll just go and create the main branch over here. That should be fine. And now next is we need to add the remote origin. So this will be of the remote origin, and just add it over here. Now we have the remote origin. Now we can push our change back to our GitHub over here. So let's just go and push the repo, our local changes to the remote repository over here. And now we can just go to the code and you should see all of those added over here. So now we are good to go. Now we have this particular folder which contains our the source code over here, right? And that's cool. So now we have configured our repository and connected our local project with the remote repository. Next will be we will be configuring the Vercel, and let's do that on the next lesson. Till then, have a great day. Now let us go and see how we can configure the Vercel with the express.js. So using express.js with the Vercel over here. And now what we will do over here is we already have created the express.js project over here, so we don't have to do all of those information. But what we need to do is let's go down over here and we need to create one configuration file which is of this particular Vercel.json over here. So let's just copy this one from here and let's go to the root of this particular project and let's just go and create the Vercel.json. And now we need to copy this particular configuration or the adjacent configuration, and let's just go and paste it below over here. So let's just go and arrange this one properly from here, so it will be much more easier to understand as well as to maintain this particular file if we have the proper intent over here. So once we have this setup over here, and what it is actually doing over here, you can see that from our application we are going to tell the Vercel to route all the incoming requests to our API folder. So this is the destination, is the API folder, but currently we don't have that particular folder. So what we need to do is we need to go and create that particular API folder over here. That is basically what we're doing. Source from all of the requests, and destination will be to our this API folder over here. And since the Vercel is the platform where we'll be hosting our this particular the application, so it doesn't require us to have all of this configuration over here. So it will be checking only for the route, the source it is coming from, and it is pointing to all of our destination which is of the API over here. So here we'll create the one file that will be of the index.ts. that is what they have mentioned in their configuration. All right, and once we have this particular index.ts, we'll just go and import the app, right? So we need to import the app from, right? So we need to import the app from this particular location which is of the, let's just go and add this one dot, right? And then the dot slash the, we need to go to the source, and in the source we need to import the app.js over here, right? Once we have this particular import, what we need to do is we need to export this one as well. So let's just go and export this one, export default as the app over here. Now we are just importing that and exporting this one. We don't have to configure any other stuff over here. So that is what the Vercel is pointing. So all of the incoming route should be forwarded to the destination of this particular API folder, which we have the index.ts, and this is just importing that particular app that we have over here, app.js, and then just export it as a default one. So once we have this particular configuration, we need to have one more folder that is of the public. So currently we have the empty folder as a public. So make sure if you don't have this particular folder as a public folder, you need to create this one. Once we have this particular configuration, I guess we are good to go over here. And now what we can do is we'll just go and say git add over here, and then the git, then we'll just say commit over here, that's the message. So we'll just give some message over here, and we'll just say configure the Vercel over here, right? And then we'll just go and git the push this one, and let's just put it to the master branch for now. And currently this is just a sample application, but later once we are building the real world application, we will be creating a different branches over there. But for now, let's just go and stick with the single branch over here. And let's go back over here. Now let's just go to our root of our project, and now we should get that particular configuration over here, and that will be of the Vercel.json is configured for us already, and we should have this particular the index.ts which we have created. And you can see that the our public folder is not there, right? So public folder is not there, so we need to also send that particular public folder. So let's just go to this particular public folder. We'll add a new file over here, the git keep over here. This will just say that just keep this particular empty folder, right? And that's going to push that one over here. So if you don't have the git keep, the empty folder is excluded from pushing it to our repository over here. So let's just go and say the git add over here, and we'll just say git commit dash m added a public, right? pub public directory over here, and then we'll just go and get the push this particular change, and that should be in our repository for now. So let's just go and refresh this one from here, and now you can see that we have this particular public directory. So once the configuration is ready, I guess we are good to go. And next is to go and create our the application in the Vercel. So currently I have some of the servers already running. I guess we'll do this or let's just connect to our repository on the next lesson. Till then, have a great day. Now let us go and see how we can configure our project over here in the Vercel dashboard. Make sure you have created an account over here, and if you haven't created an account, you can just go and sign up for a new account, because I have already created an account over here. And once you are in the Vercel dashboard over here, we can just go and add a new project from here. And once we add a new project, we'll just go and search in our repository because I have already logged in using the GitHub over here. And I'll just go and search for our project that is of the BASI, so basic over here, right? So, and it can't find that one. So let's just go and configure the GitHub app over here. And here from here, I'll just go and select this one from here. And I need to log in for this one, so let me just go and verify using my OAuth over here, and that should be of the, let me log in 553036 over here. And once we are over there, so it should be good enough, and only the selected one. So let's just go and select let's just go and select some repository from here. So that will be of the basic API tags from here. And I guess I'll just go and select the basic API tags. This is the one that we have, and just go and save this one. And we should have that one over here. Just import this one. I just don't want to have all of the all of my project available for this one, since not all of them are built for the serverless function over here. And once we have this over here, what we'll do is you can just give a name over here. So currently I guess that should be the one, and then the root directory, I think this is perfectly fine, and the framework is currently the other, and then the build setting over here, we will not touch any of these. The default one should be completely fine for us. And in the environment variable, we should add our environment variable, whatever you have in the env file. So let me just go and add all of those in env file configuration over here. And once we have added all of our env configuration over here, or env variables, we can just go and click on the deploy from here. And you can see that it is deploying for now. So let's just go and take a look from here. So you can just click on this one, and it is running all of the command from here. That is running as well. Let's see if we get some error for this particular deployment. And I guess it is congratulations. So let's go to the dashboard from here, which means that it should be good to go. And now you can see that we got this particular hello world over here. So this is your domain that we currently have. So if you go from here to this one, and now you can see that we got the hello world, which basically means that we got our domain and it is working. So that means our API is ready to be connected from the Postman. So let's go back to our Postman over here. Let me open the Postman from here. And once we have the Postman open, let's just go and configure our environment. And this is the production. This is the current production. So I guess we need to create the, so from the collection, we'll go to the environment over here. Let's just go and add the new environment. And let's just go and add the variable, so which will be of the URL, right? And then the initial value of the base URL, and then the, sorry, this particular URL. So now we have the, or you can just give a name as the base, right? So base base underscore the URL. And for this one, we'll just give the name of this basic API talks. All right. So let's go back, I guess, from here. And let's give a name for this one. So let's just, sorry, I need to change it over here. Basic API talks, and this will be of the PROD production, right? And once we have this, what we will do is we'll just go and save the configuration from here. And I'll go back to my collection, and now I'll just go and you can just go and change the configuration. So now we also have this one, which is of the local. So I'll just go and copy this one, and I'll just go and duplicate this one, and this will be for our development. So let's just go and add the configuration for the dev as well. And in the dev, we are going to change this from here. So let's just go and change. And I guess we will just remove the / from here. I guess that is not required. And I'll just go and save this one from here. And this is the for the development, and this is for the production. So in the production also, let me just go and remove the end one from here. That should be good enough. So this is the base URL that we have. So once we save this one, we can go back from here to our collection, and for this particular task, we will just go and change this one. So what we need to do is we'll just remove. So let's just go and select the production one. So I guess this is for the production. And once we have that, let's just go and remove this one, and you can just add the double curly brace over here, and this should give us the environment variable. So you have this particular the and the value over here. So once we have that, let's just go and send the request, and now that's cool. So it is giving us the API response from our server, right? So we have finally deployed our the function, sorry, not the function, the our server, the API server, using the Vercel as a serverless architecture. So the Vercel is actually a serverless architecture, and we have deployed our function as a serverless function in the Vercel over here. So I hope you got the idea how to deploy it to your application, to the Vercel. And that's all. So now we are ready to build our client-side application, and let's meet up in the next one. Till then, have a great day.